Here at Percival Scientific, we provide environmental growth chambers. Basically, we provide an environment for scientists and researchers to do what they're trying to do. And basically, in a nutshell, it looks like a walk-in cooler or a refrigerator, but the stuff that goes inside is a lot more advanced and high-tech and actually pretty cool. We were throwing away tens of thousands of dollars a year, arguably because of human error. I mean, if you have somebody that needs to type in a flat dimension and then that's what the operator on the floor is going off of and they miskey it, you just cut that sheet to fit into the dumpster a little easier. And then that was kind of the pitch that, when I looked into it, kind of talked to more people here and kind of said, hey, think about it this way. And then everybody started getting on board, like, well, what if we could afford a laser? So then I started getting some quotes and then started looking at how it actually affect our processes. Do we need to have, 2 draftsmen programming every single part? No, you don't. You just need to have an engineer design it and then drag it over to Radan, and then it'll automatically figure out the flat and it'll automatically program it because it's going to program it on the fly once you throw it in with some other jobs on a project file. We bought a new laser, but it wasn't just the laser that we were going after. It was what the laser would tag team with a piece of software would allow us to do. And the big piece of that was the software and using the Radan. It had basically allowed us to essentially never program a part again. I mean, it's as easy as just dragging and dropping a part from a SolidWorks to a DXF, or just dragging it over, so nobody has to technically program this thing on the laser. Basically, you just drag it over and it just takes the outline and it takes care of it for you. There's no notes you need to add. There's no, hey, do this before you do that. It just puts it on a laser sheet and cuts it out. It's very simplistic.
So now on the process, it's very easy to do. We have probably a quarter of the quantity of paper we use from before on our paperless transition we've kind of gone to. Now with this technology, it allows it to be more paperless. It also allows me to process 2-3 weeks worth of information to release to sheet metal in a couple hours during the day. Where before we had 2 guys full-time pretty much trying to keep up with the sheet metal shop, making sure they had up-to-date prints and everything.
Now I can take, let's say a week's worth of jobs and just combine all the parts. What that allows us to do is allows us to put more parts on a single sheet, nest them in real tight, and get that sheet utilization where before with the shear and turrets, I mean, we had scraps and remnants that would just pile up, and at some point we just say, hey, we got to throw them away. I mean, it's too much remnants to keep track of and it turns into a safety hazard. The other cool thing with all this too is it allows us to not necessarily need to have our operators fully trained to be sheet metal experts. A lot of these machines, especially when you start working with the different software companies, it allows somebody off the street who kind of is somewhat computer savvy learn how to run a press brake in a couple days and be able to actually run parts.
Yeah, it's just been very easy to learn. The guys in the shop have definitely liked it, the transition to the new technology. Jesse and I always have joked around. We've lived in the 80s and 90s for a while, and now we're trying to bring it to the modern age, and we get a little kickback from the older generation on the floor, but this stuff's so easy to learn and pick up, the software and programming nowadays, that they can even learn it.
Switching over to Radan allowed us to basically fundamentally change how the business functions or operates, from going through the engineering, through the manufacturing, and then actually hitting the production floor. It allowed us to basically flip-flop what we're doing and make it more efficient. I have a 6-year-old daughter. I'm pretty sure I could teach her how to run this thing.